that Senator McCain will return to work in the Senate tomorrow. This is almost unbelievable. He just announced last week that he has been diagnosed with brain cancer. But Senator McCain expects to be back in the Senate in time for the vote on Obamacare repeal tomorrow. He is expected to vote to open debate on the Republican plan, which will be an act of furtherance toward passing it. Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon is back with us. Senator Wyden, thank you for staying with us. First, let me get your reaction to this news about Senator McCain, your colleague in the Senate, who has had such significant health challenges recently. It seems like he'll be back.
I'm glad my friend is feeling better. Look, they are pulling out all the stops, and so are we. I'm so glad to be able to tell your viewers this is urgent, urgent business. What Mitch McConnell wants to do in either of these two approaches is turn back the clock. He wants to go back to the days when health care was for the healthy and wealthy, when the insurance companies could discriminate against people who had pre-existing conditions and deny coverage. So what I want to say tonight to your viewers is we need you tomorrow calling and texting and tweeting. We've been able to hold them off so far because we have had a grassroots juggernaut, but you cannot underestimate Mitch McConnell. We are going to need everybody pulling out all the stops tomorrow.
What types of Republican senators do you think are susceptible to their constituents' pressure on this? Obviously, members of the leadership, some other Republicans are saying they're going to vote yes tomorrow, even without knowing what the bill is. So some of them are in no matter what. Who do you think is susceptible?
First of all, I've never heard of people talking about a sixth of the American economy affecting hundreds of millions of people and having absolutely no information about it. People, as of now, are just in the dark. The people that I would be watching, first of all, there are a number of senators who understand that these Medicaid cuts would really be punitive. They'd hurt older people who need nursing home care, kids with special needs, disabled folks. I'd watch that group of senators that is going to have trouble explaining $700 billion plus in cuts in Medicaid. Also, I think there are going to be some conservatives who are going to have procedural concerns that, in effect, this bill isn't quite mean enough for them. Those are the two blocks of Republican senators.
And Senator, we watched this through the spring in the House. We've been watching it through the summer in the Senate. And this effort to repeal the Affordable Care Act in its various iterations, it comes up, it gets smacked down. It comes up, it gets smacked down. It happened a few times in the House when we thought it was over. Ultimately, the House was able to pass it. It's now come up to the line and been knocked back a few times in the Senate. Do you think that your Republican colleagues are just going to keep doing this again and again and again until they find a way to pass it? Or at some point, will this effort really be dead?
They are going to stay at it, and we have to stay at it as well until it is dead. For example, the real agenda here, Rachel, is to provide hundreds of billions of tax cuts to the fortunate few. That's what they want more than anything. That and rolling back the lifeline, the Medicaid safety net. These are two ideological trophies, and as I say, they are in this fight as aggressively as they possibly could be.
Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon, really appreciate your time tonight, Senator. Thank you so much for being here. All right.